Ilkay Gundogan wants to leave Barcelona this summer. Is he finally the replacement of Ilkay Gundogan at Manchester City? Manchester City are interested in Ilkay Gundogan. We'll talk about the deal. And also, Mikel Merino is very close to Arsenal. I think we're going to expect that here we go today or tomorrow morning. And Manuel Ugarte is getting closer and closer to Manchester United because already the fee was agreed with Fulham for Scott McTominay to finally leave Manchester United after all these years. And Raheem Sterling was left out of the squad yesterday. And the board of Chelsea are backing Enzo Maresca in his decision. We'll talk about all of these. But first, make sure to like the video. If you are watching this now, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And here we go. We're going to start with Ilkay Gundogan, the guy that left Manchester City a year ago to go to Barcelona on a free because he wanted to stay in Spain. Something happened between him and the board. The people up top at Barcelona aren't liking him to stay. He wants to leave, and there is interest from Manchester City for Ilkay Gundogan, as reported earlier today. This, I think, in my opinion, if they get the version of Ilkay Gundogan that played for them over the season and won the treble with them and won multiple league titles with Pep Guardiola at Manchester City, I think that changes the whole equation of the Premier League, because Ilkay Gundogan adds something that Manchester City have been lacking, and the fans have been asking for it lately, which is the number 8 that can absolutely replace Rodri if Rodri is to be given a rest, and actually can play the role of the 8, the box-to-box midfielder perfectly. There's only one name out there that suits this role, which is Ilkay Gundogan. If the interest is real, if Manchester City can land this deal, they will solve many problems in their midfield that a lot of City fans have spoken about. And Pep Guardiola again will tip the scale to his favor to win the 5-peat of the Premier League, of course, this season. It's the big deal because people underestimate how important Ilkay Gundogan was. Some people just say that, yeah, City won without Ilkay Gundogan last season. But I think this season is tougher because Arsenal are strengthening, which is we're going to come to them in a minute. Ilkay Gundogan provides something that Manchester City don't have. And also he provides experience along with his technical ability, along with how he plays the game, the leadership, of course, of the Manchester City squad, because they have a lot of young players with Savinho joining, Doku is there, Gavardiol is there, Rico Lewis now is taking a main stage of that right back. Ilkay Gundogan probably is the missing piece, if there is a missing piece for Manchester City, for that squad to actually go and actually maybe win another treble. Who knows? But Ilkay Gundogan, he's going to leave Barcelona. He wants to leave Barcelona. They're going to entertain offers. Maybe Manchester City can land their ex-captain again. We'll have to wait and see. On the other note, Arsenal are on course to complete the signing of Mikel Merino in the next 24 hours. I'm expecting that. Here we go to come in. After Zubamendi stayed, of course, we spoke about how Liverpool probably paved the way for Arsenal to go and sign their top target in the midfield, Mikel Merino, the Spanish midfielder, the Euro winners with Spain, Mikel Merino, to add even more depth to that midfield that Arsenal have now with Jorginho, Thomas Partey's fit, Martino Odegaard and Declan Rice, to add Mikel Merino to that midfield, to finally have that piece of the puzzle, that left 8 that can play. If Thomas Partey gets injured, God forbid, and Declan Rice has to play the number 6, now Mikel Merino can come in and slot seamlessly in that midfield. This guy, Mikel Merino, adds a lot, as we spoke about it for many times. But Arsenal are finally going to have their man, as reported, with Mikel Merino. Now they can turn their attention to the forward line in the last 10 days of the window. because they might need a left winger, they might need another striker, they're going to sell Eddie Nketiah or not, but they need another piece up top, or they won't, depending on how you see this Arsenal forward line with Bukayo Saka stepping up as we saw in the first game. But Mikel Merino, expecting that here we go soon, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and it's absolutely brilliant to see Arsenal strengthening. It's gonna be a brilliant title race if Man City add Gundogan and Arsenal add Mikel Merino. I think it's gonna be a fantastic, and we're in for a great season for the Premier League. Of course, as it's reported again, it took longer to announce because of the Martin Zubimendi situation with Liverpool and all the interest and all the saga that happened over the past week or two between Liverpool and Martin Zubimendi. It looked like Real Sociedad didn't want to lose two midfielders in the same window, since now Zubimendi is staying and Liverpool did not sign their midfielder. It looks like Mikel Merino is on his way finally to Arsenal, and they're going to complete that deal soon. On another note, Fulham have reportedly matched Manchester United asking price for £30 million for Scott McTominay. It was reported today. Again, that paves the way for a midfielder to come in for Manchester United, which is, as we know, Scott McTominay has been at the club for a while. He's been used off the bench. He has been used as a starter. He provided something, but no Manchester United fans saw Scott McTominay as someone for the future. They wanted a change. They wanted someone new. And here comes the other guy. It is reported that PSG and Manchester United are accelerating the transfer of Manuel Ugarte. It is expected to be a permanent deal, no loan, 60 million euros. Finally, Manchester United get their DM to replace Casemiro, a younger version of Casemiro. Manuel Ugarte is very, very close to Manchester United than ever. The player wants Manchester United. The coach of Manchester United wants him. Luis Enrique of Paris Saint-Germain doesn't favor him. I think that puts Manchester United even in a better place with all the signing that they have, the Lenioro, the Mazraoui, the De Ligt, the Xerxes, and now Manuel Ugarte, the fifth signing of Manchester United. I'm expecting it to be even before the weekend game, the coming weekend games. Manuel Ugarte adds something at Manchester United similar to what Casemiro offered the first year he came 2 years ago to Manchester United. Manuel Ugarte is someone who leads Europe in tackles, if I'm not mistaken, or the second in tackles in Europe, provides cover to Bruno Fernandes and Kobe Mainoo. Brilliant signing for Manchester United. I've been doubling down on it. I've been stressing that everywhere I go on all the shows I go on, and I see Manuel Ugarte as a successful business and a successful transfer for Manchester United. They wanted a DM. They wanted to get rid of McTominay. It looks like it's going to happen soon. The two deals dependent on each other. £30 million for Scott McTominay. Some money added to get your DM, to get Manuel Ugarte across the line. I think as well, I'm expecting in the next couple of days, I'm expecting this deal to happen for Manchester United. I think it's gonna be a successful signing for Manchester United. I like this move for Manchester United. As reported, the United have gotten their top target so far, to the potential signing of Manuel Ugarte is seen as the best way to complete this window of Manchester United that I think have been very, very successful, and a window that Manchester United filled most of the positions. They still lack a left back, but Mazraoui can play both sides. They have Diego Dallo. Luke Shaw is going to come back from injury. I still have a little bit of doubts about how Luke Shaw's fitness and how can he stay fit for the majority of the season. But Manuel Ugarte on his way to Manchester United is good news for Manchester United fans. It's good news for the squad, and I think he adds depth to that midfield, and I think he's the missing piece for that. The last piece of news, and make sure to hit that like button if you're still watching this. The like button looks like thumbs up underneath the live chat. It helps the channel. It helps the show massively. It helps Footy Judge Mo with your support. Of course, the last thing is that Chelsea fully support Maresca's technical decision on Raheem Sterling not being part of the squad versus Manchester City. It was communicated on Friday that the club is 100% supportive with Maresca and fully behind him. I want to ask the question to you in the chat, and I want to get your opinions in the chat. Does that mean they are still targeting another winger, or that mean there is no place for Raheem Sterling and they want to push Raheem Sterling out of the club so they can get their main target, which is HUSAM, across the line from Napoli? HUSAM, who didn't play in the first game, he was left out of the squad of the first game with Napoli that they lost 3-0. Napoli now are really pushing to get Lukaku across the line to their club. Lukaku is a Chelsea player. They want to get him across the line. But Raheem Sterling being pushed out of the squad. Listen, Raheem Sterling makes a lot of money. Did he pay off the transfer fee? Of course not. Does he play up to the level that he's getting paid to play? Absolutely not. So I think it's the right decision. Maybe with Pedro Neto now coming to the team, Raheem Sterling doesn't have a place. Maybe they want to still keep Mudryk around as a backup, or maybe they're gonna go for another winger. It is reported that Chelsea might go for another winger to replace Raheem Sterling, or it is gonna be Osimhen and Jackson is gonna be shifted to the wing. They have Madueke, Palmer, Nicholas Jackson, they have Nkunku, they have Pedro Neto, they have Mudryk. Raheem Sterling, frankly, doesn't have a place in that team. And I think that Maresca made the right choice. If you want to push a player out and he's not in your plans, keep him out of the squad. Maybe Raheem Sterling can move to Saudi. Maybe he can find a place in Saudi Arabia. But listen, the club is behind him. I like that the club are backing Enzo Maresca. They had the first game, lost 2-0, but I didn't think they were that bad. But Raheem Sterling, I hope for the sake of the player and for the sake of the club, they find a solution for this and they push him out of the club if they want, and he finds another club. For him, a great servant for Manchester City, not great for Chelsea. But listen, this has been a good video. I wanted just to report some of the news. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. And we'll see you guys in the next one.